You are all welcome to this webinar. How was our day? How are you all doing? I hope your day went well. So let's try and share this link to as many people as possible so we can still have more people join in, because we are going to have a very insightful and exciting time today. My name is Hawa Abubakar. Please, can you confirm that you can all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So my name is Hawa Abubakar, and I'm going to be your moderator for this webinar on future skills and effective communication. Are we all excited to be here? Are we excited to be here?
Yes, we are. Well, we are excited, and it's a very wonderful Friday, and glad to see you as the host.
Wow, thank you very much. You are all welcome again. So I'm going to be sharing the agenda in the chat box so that you all can see how this webinar is going to go. And I assure you all that we're going to have an exciting and insightful session. So please, if you are not invited to speak, please mute your audio. And to all our speakers today, please let's stick to the allotted time. We're going to have more time towards the end of the webinar to get to know each other and expand our network. That is very, very important. So we have time allotted for that. So let me share with you the agenda. I'll drop that in the chat box. Okay. Do we have the agenda now?
Not yet. It hasn't reflected in my part.
Okay. Sorry, just a moment. Coach Adeza, can you please help us share the agenda?
Okay, go ahead. I'll do that.
Okay. All right. So before we proceed, I'd like to know what we are all looking forward to learning today. What are we looking forward to learning today? Why are we here? What are we expecting to get from this webinar? Can we share that in the chat box, please? Can I see what we are looking forward to learning today? What are we looking forward to learning today in this webinar on future skills and effective communication? Please share with me what you are willing to learn, how to become rich. Someone said how to become rich. Well, we are all looking forward to becoming rich, and we are all rich because we are here to acquire more knowledge, and hopefully we will use that and we apply everything we're going to learn to our personal and career lives. So what else are we looking forward to learning today? I'm looking forward to learning how to communicate effectively and also how to acquire future skills for monetization. Like you said, how to become rich. So we're going to have more time later. We're going to discuss, ask questions. So if you have anything to say, any questions, please drop your comments or questions in the chat box. Now I'll be inviting someone to the virtual lectern who will give us an opening remark about Skills to Gold webinar. And this person will further talk about future skills for monetization. He'll be discussing the top skills that are most or will be most in demand in the future and how you can start developing and acquiring these skills today. He is a public health professional, a trainer, and a coach with focus on branding and skill monetization. With almost a decade of professional experience, he has built capacity for more than 2,000 people at grassroots level. He believes you should be able to learn from whatever you enjoy doing and you are good at. One of his favorite quotes reads, "Building a legacy from your skill is the legacy." I'll take that again. Building a legacy from your skill is the legacy. Please join me in welcoming Abdul Hakim Abdul Karim to the virtual lectern.
All right, good evening, good evening, good evening, our able moderator. I must say, I love your attire tonight. You're representing the TGIF like someone that is at home with his kids, who is also enjoying TGIF in his own way. So thank you very much for having me. Yes, future skills for monetization. There are skills and there are skills of the future. Skills get obsolete at some point. It's no longer in demand. It's no longer in use. And if that's the only thing you have, then what do you have to serve the future? Because the idea of you having a skill or having something at all, it's for you to share that gift by solving problems. So if your skill is no longer in demand, if it's not addressing specific challenge, then of what use is that skill? That's the great question. So with this, you would look at skills to gold. Who are we and what are we about? So skills to gold is an initiative. And what we want is to build a legacy from that skill you have. Everybody have a skill. And if you don't categorically have one specific skill set, or you're not okay with the one you have, it is very much possible to identify a skill and build a brand around it with the aim of monetization and ultimately having yourself a legacy. So we do skill identification, meaning with nothing, we can help you identify something. We do branding by helping you create a persona around the idea of a business you want to build for yourself using the skill as a forefront. Then we offer mentorship program, which guides you towards your targeted goal. Who are we without mentors? So what have we done? We've trained over 200 people in the past few months through one-on-one coaching, group coaching session, and classes, master classes. We have access to lineup of thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and professionals for mentorship opportunities. So basically, this is Skills to Gold in a nutshell. To delve into future skills, I'll ask a question, and this is thrown to the general audience. I've been hearing my own voice. Let's get feedback. What is future skills? Anybody on call that wants to respond to this? What is future skills? Okay, I'm waiting for someone moved by the spirit, so we don't call names. but we can be moved by the spirits to call names. So, what are future skills? Future skills. Okay, Coach Uzoma, I see you. You're welcome. What are future skills? Can you hear me? Fatima Ahmed, can you hear me?
Hi, Coach Abdul Hakim. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm actually in another session, so I heard you calling my name, so I had to jump in here to talk. All right, future skills. Like you already mentioned, there are skills and there are skills. There are skills for the future. So, like you did mention already, skills do get obsolete. That means the skill you have today might not be as useful by tomorrow. And because we moved away, we're in the world of everything keeps changing. So new things come up. Something, I think it's the World Economic Forum did say that. The things, jobs that are going to be done in the next 2 years, probably we don't even have them by now. So the future holds a lot. So future skills refer to the skills that would be needed for tomorrow, for the future, because they are not, some of them have not even been created. The things that we need to do tomorrow in the next 1 year or 2 years, they're not even here yet. So future skills basically means that whatever you have now, you need to be ready for whatever is coming tomorrow. You need to have that developing skill. You have to even have that skill of developing that skill for the future. So that's how I want to explain it. Basically be future ready, because whatever comes tomorrow, in the next 1 year, 2 years, you have to be ready to embrace that. So that's what I'll call future skills. I hope that suffices.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you. That was really apt. Be ready for the future, meaning the skill to develop another skill should be a skill that you should have. Thank you for that. Mr. Kolawole, I saw your hands up. Please, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much once again, and good evening to everyone. Future skills are skills that are going to be necessary, important in the now and in the future. And of course, they are also going to be skills that will make you function to take up future roles, future jobs, and future responsibility. I think one of the future skills is ability to learn anything, and if for nothing, and also the ability to be curious and to anticipate change and embrace change. I think these are skills for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Another really apt response. You have to be future ready. It keeps reoccurring. It comes from the first speaker, Coach Uzo, and Mr. Kolawole. You have to have the skill ready to develop any other skill that will be in demand. All right, let's scroll through. So future skills are competencies that allow individuals to solve complex problems in highly emergent contexts of action in a self-organized way that enables you to act. Bringing what Mr. Kolawole and Coach Uzo said, you have to be ready. And this is competency. You have to be ready to take on anything that comes and achieve success. As Brian Tracy said, goal is success and every other thing is commentary. So if you are not bringing in the desired results, every other work you put in, every other thing you say, the complaints you make is and are just commentary, nothing more. So aim for success and go. There are lots of future skills, but 10, we highlighted 10 here that we'll be discussing. The first is digital literacy. The second is data literacy. We'll be talking about critical thinking, emotional intelligence, creativity, leadership skills, curiosity and continuous learning, time management, flexibility and teamwork, then finally, effective communication. Digital literacy. The world is in a digital space right now, and everything is online. You can reach the whole world from the tip of your finger at the comforts of your restroom. You can reach the whole world, literally reach the whole world. So how well do you understand this footprint you're putting online? How well are you prepared to position yourself in strategic location to ensure what you need, you're getting them? Will this pay? Think about it. You can be at the right place at the right time. What stops you from hitting success? The layman will call it luck, right? They say when opportunity meets preparation, that's what the layman calls luck. Think about this. You know that in a certain platform, at least 1 million people are always online. And if you post something engaging, they will interact with it. You know that that product that you have to sell, if you can strategically position it online, someone will see it. And in a cohort of people that sees it, someone will take a liking to it. This is something that people pay a lot to gain access to. Now imagine you're not paying someone for it. Someone is paying you for it, or you're doing this for yourself. Life is so much easier with it. So digital literacy, it cannot be overemphasized. Data literacy, it has something to do with digital literacy, but this talks about everything. Data is life. Everything you do from your day-to-day habit and curriculum is data. Everything you say, everything you hear, everything you read, you write, that is data. People are dishing out data. What are you doing with yours? How well can you read people's data and work with it? How can you translate behavior into data? How can you translate attitude, thoughts into data? This is money already. The algorithm for Facebook and a lot of social media works with data. National security works with data. In fact, any functional system works with data. Data, like I said, is life. So how good are you with data? Can you manipulate data? Can you work well with data? Then we come to the next one, which is critical thinking. Critical thinking. I'll throw this open. What is critical thinking? I see Oludaisi Joseph DTM. Good evening, sir. Can you respond to this in a minute? Critical thinking. Can you hear me? Okay, let me see who else we have. Okay, I see Grace. 30 seconds. If we can get critical thinking, what comes to mind? It seems you're not close to the mic, but I sure do hope you're listening. I see Salma Ibrahim. Can you hear me?
Sir.
Yes, in 30 seconds, critical thinking, what comes to mind?
Well, what comes to my mind when I hear critical thinking is the ability to solve a problem. It's like a problem solving skill, or the ability to create something out of nothing.
I love that response, your ability to create something out of nothing. Thank you very much. Okay, you're welcome. Yes, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Basically, it talks about ability to quickly respond, accept an issue, and then respond to that without struggling, basically. So it's ability to quickly respond to an issue in a logical way. So you must have trained yourself over time, because it doesn't just happen one day. You must have been somebody who has been engaging in issues, and then you are able to quickly respond to such things. So critical thinking is very crucial in this age and time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for that apt response. Critical thinking, your ability to think of everything. A leader should be able to think of different possibilities, even the unthinkable. You think about it, and the question is not how to do it. The question is who will do it. And as a leader, you form that team to get it done. Your ability to think of solutions out of problems. Everybody is looking at a problem, and you are thinking of solution. You are the go-to. Obama once said, in the world we live today, people are not interested in your credentials, your certificates that you've accumulated for a while. People are interested in someone that can solve problems. If you are a problem solver amidst your network, you will never lack. Please quote me on that. If you're a problem solver and everybody knows that you're a problem solver, when there's a problem, you're not saying, oh, this problem, what do we do? You are saying this problem, this is how we're going to solve it, or this is who is going to solve it. You are solution oriented due to your ability of critical thinking, which is essential. So this is a skill that is essential and is required in the future we are moving into. Emotional intelligence. What do you do with emotions? There's sadness, there's joy, there's anger as an emotion. There's a lot of emotion, both positive and negative emotion. If you let it control you, then you are the lower animal. If you can master and control your emotion, that makes you an intelligent being. And that's the power of emotional intelligence. It takes more than angry words to put you off. It takes more than negative vibe to put you off. And when there's that excitement and joy, you don't let it get to you to the point that it overpowers what it shouldn't in terms of how you live, who you live, how you're showing it, and how that is being depicted. So emotional intelligence, it's something that coaches are earning a lot from. I have coaches here that are emotional intelligent coaches, and they are earning a lot. Please, these are people you should network with during the breakout session and ask questions. There's creativity. If how we do things is by moving from point A to point B in a specific manner, and you can move from point A to point Z with less resource and time, people will definitely come to you because that is a skill. How creative are you? How can you pull off something off the cuff? How can you bring something into existence from almost nothing? How can you create that business with little to no money? How can you solve a problem that seemed like a world problem from the comfort of your rural shanty? Leadership skills. Can you lead? It might seem like an easy word, leadership, but can you lead? Have you led before? Is it easy to work with 4 to 5 different people from different social, political background and still achieve results? How will you achieve this result? Would you damage relationship to get the work done? Can you maintain relationship and still get the job done? Be hard when you need to, be soft when you need to, and you still get results. So leadership skill, it's something that even AI cannot replace. Curiosity and continuous learning. This was over-reiterated during the course of discussion. Be curious. What's new? What is next? What's in store for us? What is next? What is next? How do I key into what is next? Technology, AI, will not take over the world. It will not take that job away from you. It will not take your daily 2K away from you, except you're not willing to embrace the AI. If you embrace change, you're ready for it, you prepare for it before it gets to you, you always have the upper hand. So be curious and be open to continuous learning. Learning never stops. It stops when you no longer breathe. But so long you have breath in you, continuous learning must be continuous. Time management. This is one area the world is lacking. How well can you manage your time? There are organizations that the only challenge they have is timing. They have staffs that are adequate, that does what they do their job in effective manner. But timing is a problem for everybody, and they have the culture of African timing, quote unquote. So can you help an organization manage their time effectively? If you can, you already have a job awaiting you in the future. It might seem easy and trivial, but it's really something, it's a challenge that should be solved continuously. Flexibility. How flexible are you? There are certain things you're not comfortable with, but you still make it work. There are certain situations that are not in favor of you, but some way, somehow, you still make it work. You are flexible. I know that, oh, that guy, he's a problem solver and he can work with whatever you have. I love this attitude with the Igbo businessmen, my brothers. Yes. I love that attitude. You will not go to an Igbo man's shop to buy something and leave that shop because your money is not complete. I've not seen it. Some way, somehow, they will convince you to add up to what you have. Even if you need to call and borrow, you will. Or they will sell you, they will pitch you an inferior one, but you're still going to buy something before you leave there. This is flexibility, right? And it's a skill you're utilizing to market. Effective communication. This will be dealt with as a speaking topic for a speaker tonight because I feel it's essential. You can have all the skill, and if you cannot communicate effectively, they're just there redundant and wasting. So you need effective communication to pull all this together and make it work. I'm trying to rush to save up time, so apologies if I'm too fast. The 5WH principle, the why, the what, the where, the who, the when, and the how. We operate with this in Skills to Gold. For you to be able to monetize a skill, for you to be able to build a legacy, you need to know your why. You are interested in emotional intelligence and you want to go into it. You want to help people build this emotional intelligence. Why? You want to help people build confidence. You want to market food items. You want to fill people's tummy. People buy dream. They don't buy your product. So that idea, what do you want to market? It should be your why. If your why aligns with your product, marketing is not an issue because it's just an area that should be settled and will be settled. So know your why. In any of the future skill, know why. Why are you going into it? Why do you need it? If you understand this factor, it will be easier. Then what? After you know your why, what do you want to go into? What choice seems most appealing to you? Is it marketing? Do you want to deal with physical products? Do you want to monetize your knowledge? What exactly is that? You pick it. Where do you want to operate? The world is basically at your fingertip. You're only a URL away. You're only a click away from the world. So the world should be your stage, but you have to start somewhere. So where do you want to start? Who are your targeted audience? When do you want to start? Which I always say, now is the right time to start. Grow and think of others later. Do bigger later. Start today. Do what you know and keep learning. When you know better, you do better. How do you start? Which is tricky. You need mentorship. You need coaching. You need to be intentional, and intentionality bets reality. So you need to be intentional. And with this, the future indeed will be in your palm. The future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. This is Robert Greene. And with this, I say, let's build that legacy today. Over to you, our able moderator, Hawa Bakar. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much for that insightful and exciting session. We talked about 10 future skills that are going to be, that we need to develop in order for us to solve complex problems. And we talked about digital literacy, data literacy, we talked about leadership, we talked about time management, flexibility, and we also talked about effective communication. Yes, effective communication is one of the future skills that we would need in order to solve problems in the future. So in today's rapidly changing world, effective communication is very important. As we have said, it is a future skill. So it is very essential for us to be able to communicate effectively with people in different walks of life. So I'm confident that the next speaker who will be inviting will share with us valuable insights on how to communicate more effectively. This speaker is an effective communication coach, a trainer who for the past 4 years has helped over 250 people improve in different aspects of their lives, either through one-on-one coaching session, group trainings, or public speaking engagements. He is the founder of Blissway Resources, a capacity enhancement organization that is based here in Abuja. Please let's welcome or join me in welcoming Elvis Egena to the virtual lectern.
Good evening, moderator. I just want to be sure if you can hear and see me clearly.
Yes, we can. I can hear you.
How about my video? Is it clear? Sorry, I'm still on the road. I had to park somewhere to make this presentation before I continue my journey. Good evening, everyone on this call. I'd like to first of all especially appreciate Adeza for this opportunity to share with us tonight on the topic effective communication and how relevant it is today and in the future. For a start, I like the fact that I'm speaking on a platform titled Skills to Good, meaning it's not just enough for you to have the skills. The end goal of every skill is to be monetized, to bring that goal to your pocket. Whether the goal is influence or financial benefit, whatever the end goal is, the skill is a means to an end. And today, I'm happy that I'm on this platform to share about effective communication. Why? Because first of all, before we talk about effective communication, what is the goal of communication in the first place? Is it just for someone to just talk? I believe personally that the goal of communication is mutual understanding, where two people get to be on the same page concerning a subject matter. I think communication has happened. Then we're talking about effective communication now. It is when this understanding achieves the desired result for which it was even initiated in the first place. So, for example, now you're meeting a client and the end goal is for you to close a sale. Your communication can only be effective when that sale has been closed. If it is not closed, it means there's something in that communication process that made it not to be as effective as it should be. So today, I want to talk about the fact that it's not just enough for you to have a skill. If the skill you have is good enough, how many people know about it? And the people that know about it, how many of them can trust you well enough with their resources? Remember, we're on a platform titled Skill to Good, meaning what the conversion point of that skill to gold, the link that links every skill to gold or money in this world. It's effective communication. Why is it so important? As human beings, the greatest gift that God has given to us is the ability to use words. Why? Because it is through words you get to understand the intention of people. No one can read anybody's mind, naturally speaking. So the only way we get to see what your intentions are or what's going through your mind, it is when you start speaking. And that speaking becomes effective when the desired result is achieved. So today, I know all of us on this call have one skill or the other. Question is it turning to gold yet? If it is not, you may want to, among other things, prioritize how you're communicating these skills. Because at the end of the day, the reason why some people that are very qualified don't get paid is most of that is not their technical skills. It's about how the skills are presented to the people that should pay them for it. I had a situation recently where a friend of mine who is a photographer was complaining bitterly about how the price of things have gone up and how the clients will not be willing to pay much and all of that. And I also have another friend that's into the same photography and is making a killing in this same period. Now, when I spoke with this other friend that's very successful at what he does, constantly having customers to serve, I realized that the issue it was not with the camera that the other guy was using. It wasn't with the people because the people are always there. The issue was how the opportunity is presented or how the solution is presented, which is where effective communication comes to play. Whatever it is you have to offer to the world, the value they place on it depends on how it is presented. Someone rightfully said one day that there are no bad messages, there are only bad messengers. That is to say, whatever it is you have to say or serve is valid. It depends on who is presenting it and how it is being presented. I know I have limited time, but the takeaway from this conversation, from my session this night, I want us to know is the link between your skills and the goal you're looking for is how you present it, especially with regards to communication. Now, if we want to dive into the broad, large world of communication, we have different parts of it, but that's not the focus of our conversation today. It's for us to understand that it's not enough for you to have that skill, but for you to turn that skill to the goal you're looking for, you need to learn how to communicate effectively. One of the easiest ways to start this process is first of all to always know the end in mind before you start. Have you ever seen someone that is talking and after they are done, you're wondering what exactly do you want? So after all the talk, after going everywhere, you cannot pinpoint what exactly they are driving at. That's a typical example of an ineffective communication. So starting with the end in mind is the beginning point of effectiveness in everything, including communication. Do you know why you are engaging? Abdul Karim mentioned the 5 whys and the hits. Why are you even starting this communication? What's the intention behind it? That will guide you to know what to say and how to say it. Then secondly, just to retrieve what he said already, who are you talking to? Who are your target audience? The skills you have already, where is it needed? And even the place that is needed, what are the kind of people that you intend to serve with those skills? The example I gave one of my 2 photographer friends, one was willing to settle for the little 1,000 naira photo shoot, passport, and the rest. While the other one targeted big event places. So he covers events, snap high profile people, do home photo shoot, do birthdays, naming ceremonies for big people, just big people only. So the difference in the income now was that one was able to present what he had to people that can reward him effectively, while the other was good with just doing the other things around him. So today, as we begin with the end in mind, you need to also define who or where the skills you currently have can be most rewarded. I know you can do everything, but not everything can be as rewarded the same way. So you have to define where the reward will come for you. Then lastly, how are you going to assess that place that you're looking at? Right? So now you know the end in mind. Now you have the people you want to communicate to, you want to sell these your skills to, which will eventually turn to gold. How are you going to assess them? Are they platforms that exist? Are they organizations you need to join? Are they places that you need to go physically before you assess those people? Now, if you combine these 3 keys over time with practice, you will definitely be able to convert whatever skill you have to any amount of gold you want. And at this point, I would like to hand over back to the moderator. Over to you, Madam Hawa Abubakar.
Thank you very much, Alvis Egena, for that informative and engaging session. It is not enough for you to have a skill or acquire a skill. How are you monetizing it? It is through effective communication that you can turn the skill to gold. How are you presenting your skill? What is your audience hearing? So always have the end in mind, and this will guide you on what to say and how to say it. Wow. Thank you very, very much. It is very important for us to learn to communicate effectively, because effective communication is essential to succeeding in all areas of life. Our time is fast spent. We would be going into the breakout session, and I would like us all to please participate in a networking breakout session. This is a great opportunity to meet and connect with people and who are interested in communication or learning effective communication. Is a great way for you to expand your network. It is a great way for you to collaborate and meet partners, find mentors, and learn so much more. So in your breakout section, you'll have the chance to introduce yourself and share your experiences, and also to learn from others. So we'll all be assigned to a breakout room.
Okay, sorry, moderator. The breakout room is, you can join any room you want to. There are 4 rooms there.
There are 4 rooms here, so you can join anyone that you like. So please start joining the breakout session. Selma Ibrahim, you haven't joined any.
We can also assign, so just let us know where you would like to be assigned if you can't join in.
Okay, so I have a few persons that have joined. Keep joining the breakout session. We all know that it's important to network. Personally, I'm willing to meet people and meet potential collaborators and partners. And I also have people here that I want to learn so much more from. Okay, so let's keep joining. We still have a few persons that are yet to join a room.
It seems nobody is joining digital skills for the future. Nobody wants to be digital. Okay, let me just assign people to rooms and.
Okay.
So I wanted to join digital skills. Okay, yeah, I'd like to join that. Can you assign me to digital skills?
Okay, come out from the room you are. What room are you?
I've not joined. I've not been able to join any room.
Okay, I think I sent.
Yes, you sent me a request for leadership and creativity, but I can't join. I don't know whether it's my screen. So if you can add me to digital skills, I'd like.
Okay.
That.
Is there anybody else who has a particular room they would like to join? Wow, effective communication. Who
wants to join effective communication?
We have 4 persons under effective communication. And we have a few people that are not assigned. Okay. So we have Lawrence Okonkwo left. Okay. So everybody has been assigned to a room.
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, Coach Adiza.
So moderator, you can join the room if you would like to. I will control the.
Good evening. I'm just joining. Afolabi Lukman is my name.
Okay.
I don't know what has transpired before.
Okay, I sent you a link to join. It's a breakout session for you to just join, network, and discuss. So I sent you to Digital Skills for the Future.
Okay.
Yes, so just join in and.
We have 10 minutes for this session.
Yes, we can send them reminder.
So I'm still hearing you. Am I supposed to be hearing you if I'm in the breakout session?
No, you're supposed to. You've not joined. I sent you a link. You've not joined. That's the reason.
Oh, I see.
So click to join. If you click, you will join in. Damn, also click to join. You need to click to join before you're able to join in.
That's right.
So everybody has been assigned?
Yes, everybody have been assigned.
Yeah. Also trying to monetize a skill. And my question is for you, Coach Adeza. What challenges do you see someone facing, someone who is trying to monetize their skill? What are the challenges they are most likely to face during this journey?
All right. Thank you very much for that question, our moderator. Yes, I think the audience are so satisfied with lots of nuggets that questions are not coming in right now. So thank you for that question. The challenge that I've seen with most people that want to monetize is patience and consistency. These are two factors that play in hand. Are you patient enough to count little win as success? And secondly, how well positioned are you for consistency? Because it's discipline. It's not about waking up today and say, oh, I'm not feeling like it, so I'm not going to do this, or I'm not going to do that. You've said you want to do this. You have to do it. That is consistency. And with consistency and patience, you will get the goal. All right, thank you.
Patience and consistency. Consistency, we know how difficult it is to stay consistent in doing something. So we have a question from Kolawole. He says, what impact does data literacy skill have on other skill sets? I'll take that again. What impact does data literacy skills have on other skill sets?
All right, thank you. I will talk about this in context of public health. I am a public health practitioner with almost a decade of experience. So data is life. We have a lot of people that work with data here. If you don't have the data, you're not talking facts. It's just infodemics you're pushing out there. So if you have data literacy skill, then it's easier for you to navigate other skill sets. Is it emotional intelligence? It's data. If I say A, 10 people will get angry, 2 people will not be angry, and I can easily convince more people by saying hello instead of saying hey. You have the facts right. So with this data, you're going in with full ammunition, better position to control the narrative. I hope that responds to that question.
Yes, it does. When you have data, you are in better control. You're in better position to control the narrative. So another question from Kolawole reads, how do you leverage technology to improve one's leadership skills? How do you leverage technology to improve one's leadership skills? Good question.
How do you leverage technology to improve on one leadership skill? We have an amazing leader that happens to be an author. Her book launch is really soon. And please, it's an activity you should pin on your calendar and ensure that you attend. She's a leader, a mentor, and a coach. And she also happens to be the co-host for our leadership breakout room. So I'll give that question to her to respond to. Stella George DTM, over to you, man. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, over to you.
Hello?
Yes.
Apologies. Sorry, I was a bit disconnected. What was the question, please?
Okay, so the question reads, how do you leverage technology to improve one's leadership skills? Good evening, ma'am. How do you leverage technology to improve one's leadership skills?
Leadership skills.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, what I would like to say first is that leadership should be dynamic. Should be dynamic as such that you should embrace technology in leadership. There are so many things that technology has made easier for us to embrace in terms of how you manage productivity, right? I remember that before, where some people still do it, there's this paper book signing when you want to get into the office. You sign a book to say, I came into the office so time. But with technology today, you can use a barcode to take attendance. That's one thing that technology can do for you as a leader. And to develop a barcode technology or to utilize a barcode technology is not that difficult anymore, right? So that's one. There are tools that you can use to monitor performance. You can use to follow up, to check in on your staff, right? So we have so many things. In terms of having meetings, these days you must not have physical meetings all the time. You might be out of the country, out of town, and you have a virtual meet with your people to check in on them, to follow up on their performance, and work continues to go. You can assign tasks on them. We have some scheduling apps in terms of having reminders for your task. We have, there's the Microsoft Planner that I normally use to schedule tasks and assign tasks with the due date to my team members. And they begin, I no longer need to begin to ask them, what did you do today? How have you improved? I just go to the progress reports and I see what they are doing. So there are a lot of things that technology has done for leadership. We need to embrace it because leadership is dynamic, like I said. And the only constant thing in life is change. Technology has come to enhance the way we lead today. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Embrace technology in leadership, especially to manage productivity. There's so many tools we can use to manage productivity. So embrace technology in leadership. So we have another question by Ahmed Bello, and he says, as someone who is in the technology space, a software engineer, how do I take advantage of my existing experience to improve my communication skills? As someone who is in the technology space, how do I take advantage of my existing experience to improve my communication skills? Over to you, Coach.
All right, I think that goes to Coach Elvis. You deal with communication tonight, so yes, please respond to that. Is Coach Elvis on call? Okay, I think he's out. Yes. Go ahead, ma'am. Your hand is up. Go ahead.
So somebody said he cannot hear anything. Is it the person that asked the question?
No, that's not him. Please log out and log back in. Let me send that in the chat. Go ahead and respond.
Okay, he said, how do you leverage technology to improve? Okay, we've answered this one. As someone who is in
technology space.
Yes, he's already in technology space.
Yes, how do I take advantage of my existing experience to improve my communication skills?
That's an interesting question, right? Because like we said, digital literacy or digital skills is one of the top skills of this 21st century. So you already have an advantage. You already have an edge. What does data do? Data tells stories. Now, how does communication now come in? What you now do is that, as fine as the data may look, if you don't make sense of it, if you don't help people make sense of that data to provide insight into what the data is saying, it doesn't really make sense anymore. So what it means is that if you are able to develop your communication skills, you have two people that are into software. One is able to leverage on communication to tell the data story better than the other one that, yes, has the technical skill, but he might not be able to share the story behind the data. So communication is very, very important in the sense that it helps you to tell a better story of the data that you're trying to communicate, to share more insights than the person that has just the technical skill but does not have the communication skill. So what I would like to say this evening is that please put more effort to develop your communication skills so that you can tell better story with the data that you're working with. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, ma'am, for that brilliant answer. Effective communication is indeed very important to enhance our success in every area of life. So do we have any more questions? Our time is fast spent.
I think we can also take comments and feedback if there's any, maybe one or two.
Do we have any comments? Okay, so now let's take a moment to please provide feedback on this webinar, as your feedback is very important to us. Your feedback is going to help us to get better and to improve. As we say, feedback is the food for champions. And to provide your feedback, please, a link will be pasted in the chat box. This will take you to a short feedback and evaluation form. Please take a few minutes to answer the question on the form. And feel free to be very, very honest. If you have any questions regarding the feedback and evaluation process or the form, please don't hesitate to ask. Your feedback is very valuable and it's important for us or to help us grow. So please take a minute and give us your feedback. Thank you for your time and your feedback. We appreciate it. Have we been able to see the feedback link on the chat box? The feedback link in the chat box, do we have it?
At some point, apologies for, at some point I saw Afolabi Lukman raising his hand, so I don't know if he still has input.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Afolabi Lukman.
Yeah, in a wonderful webinar. My question, when the moderator was speaking, I never knew there was a form to be filled. So I thought we'll have the opportunity to talk. So the moment she said a form will be sent to our chat box. So that's why I dropped my hand. But be that as it may, I got this program very late. I don't know, is it a monthly or quarterly program or an annual program? Then, so that we update our calendar for it and we can make the publicity. So that's the question I want to, while I feel that comment section, this is the question I have, so that we are already aware and we know, okay, it's a scheduled program that comes at interval, okay, 3 months, 2 months, weekly, bi-weekly, so that we can gather more momentum, we can learn more. I came in very late, around 7:40 thereabout. That was when I joined. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Falabi. We're so sorry that you got this information very late. It's a monthly webinar, and we'll be publicizing the next one earlier than we did this one. We sincerely apologize that you got this really late. However, this webinar was on future skills and effective communication. And I'll reach out to you after this session if you want to know more about everything that we talked about. Thank you very much for your comments. We sincerely appreciate you. Thank you.
Moderator, you're muted.
Oh my God, apologies. Please, let's take a minute to fill out the evaluation form, and then when you're done, just write done in the chat box so that I'll know that we are done filling the feedback and evaluation form. Like I said, this is very, very important for us to have your feedback on this so that we can do better in the next session. Thank you again for spending your time here. Thank you for being a part of this webinar. Thank you for joining this webinar on future skills and effective communication. I hope that we have learned something new. I hope that we learned something new, and that whatever we learned, we are going to apply this to our personal life and our career. Remember, the skills that you develop today will be the skills that you need to succeed in the future. So why not start by developing the skills that you are passionate about? This is Skills to Gold webinar. Start by developing the skills that you are passionate about, then you turn it into gold. There's this quote that says, good communication is as stimulating as black coffee. Yes, good communication is very stimulating. It enhances success in every area of life. You can improve on your communication skills. It is a skill you can learn, you can improve on to build stronger relationships. So as you acquire these skills, it is important to learn effective communication that will help you turn the skill into gold. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I hope we have all filled the evaluation form. Can I see your done in the chat box? Done. Wow, thank you all. Thank you so much again. And thank you, Coach Adeza, for having me. Thank you for this opportunity. I totally enjoyed myself, and I hope we all had an exciting time as much as I did. Thank you very much, everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, our able moderator. Okay, I don't know what really happened, but it seems you dropped off. Thank you very much, our able moderator, for a beautiful facilitation. It's a learning process for me too. We share and we learn, but basically we learn by doing. So you don't just listen to this and drop it somewhere. The idea is for you to work with this and get results. At Skills to Gold, we want to see skills become gold, and that's the reason we do what we do. It's a monthly series, and this is our 5th or 6th edition this year, and it's continuous till the end of the year, and who knows what will happen next year. So stay tuned, fill that evaluation, your email will be there, your contacts will be there, and we'll reach out to you for details pertaining to the next program. We have a lot of programs, both paid and unpaid. It's all for you. Inquire, inquire, inquire. Learning is a continuous process and you don't want to be left behind. If you're left behind, it's because you were not prepared. And the idea is for you to get prepared so you can live a sustainable and more befitting life for yourself, which is the legacy, the gold. So thank you very much for the contributions, for the leaders that joined in on the call tonight. I sincerely appreciate your presence, your words, your participation, your sharing of knowledge. The idea of the breakout session is for you to network with someone, meet someone. You don't know who is the door opener for the future you want to create for yourself. So that is the point. Effective networking is essential in mining that gold. And we do what we do for the reason of doing what we do. We're building a legacy. We are building a legacy. Thank you very much and do have an amazing night rest. Thank you all. Feel free to unmute and say something. Say hello. Let's hear your voice.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.
George, it's good to
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yes,
My
bye.
Everyone, good night.
Love you all.
Thank you so much, Coach Adiza. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Good night. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, bro.
Good night.
Thank you.
Karim, well done. Very well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my leader.